Hey, greetings everyone, it is GleeCon and I am back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our last one, we continued reading War of the Scaleborn, I think the 8th chapter, where Viranoth has discovered that there's been ordered dragons burning villages and killing, and she brings it to the attention of Alexstrasza and Neltharion, and they go investigate and they confirm, hey, that's what's going on, but they also start suspecting Raszageth might be behind it, and the insinuation that the primal dragons might also be behind something that the ordered dragons are doing has made Viranoth so mad that she's now cut ties with them. She hasn't fully joined the primals yet, but at this point in the story, she's cut ties with the ordered dragons. So check that out if you want to get backstory on what led up to the Dragonflight expansion. We've also been playing through World of Warcraft Classic, doing the 1,000 Needles with the Horde, so stay a while and listen as we jump in with Varrock. We finished off the majority of the quests in the Shimmering Flats last time, the majority of the ones that actually take place in the 1,000 Needles. Now we are at a tough spot where we have 5 quests that are technically 1,000 Needles quests, but none of the remaining quests in 1,000 Needles actually have anything to do with 1,000 Needles other than the fact that they advance the storyline of what's going on out there. Also, since we're a warrior and we hit level 30 in the last episode, we have unlocked the Islander quest, which I believe is how we get Berserker Stance. And since we had to be in Ratchet, and we're right here in Ratchet, we're going to start this episode by going and taking care of that with Varrock here. Now, off camera, I did something which, as a dingus, I didn't do. One of the main issues we have questing with Varrock is that it takes so long for him to kill since he's a protection warrior. Well, I just made the simple adjustment of putting him in battle stance when we solo. It does take off a couple of his moves, but really not that many, if you notice. When we're in battle stance, we do have Revenge, so we do lose access to our buffed up Revenge with Stun. We do lose access to our shield block, and we actually don't lose access to concussive blow. I need to switch that. That can be used in, just requires a melee weapon. So I need to add that into the sitch here. So at least I have that stun available. That's good. But it turns out a lot of things, Sunder Armor, which we're spec'd into, Shield Bash, which is one of our good stuns, and now Concussive Blow, they can still be completely used, and you do gain, I believe it's a 10% damage buff. You do take 10% more damage, but if you're killing 10% faster, if you do the math and you think, who has more life, me or the mob? You have more life than the mob. Then 10% more damage from you is going to be better proportionally than 10% damage against you. So I guess if there were situations where we're fighting mobs that have more than 1174 life, then sure, we wouldn't want that. Ooh, we need this ore. We need to collect ore whenever we can. These guys won't aggro onto us because they're so low. That's the thief quest person we killed what feels like ages ago with Talanji. So I did pick up this quest called the Islander when I was getting my level 30 talents. I did do a lot of the farming in the Shimmering Flats yesterday to catch up to where our resto was, and that got me from about here all the way almost. We'll probably hit level 31 in this episode, even though what we're doing is mostly traveling. So we did pick up a quest called the Islander. It's right there. You get it from your warrior trainer in Orgrimmar. It says, your renown as a warrior grows, Varrock. Now it is time to pit yourself against your peers and see where you stand. There's an island off the coast of the Barrens south of Ratchet. It is called Frey Island, and it's a place where warriors meet. Meet and fight. Speak with the chief warrior of Frey Island, Clannoch MacLeod. If he finds you worthy, then Clannoch will lead you further down the warrior's path. To reach Frey Island, search for the sandbar shallows along the Merchant Coast. Again, I believe this is how we will unlock the Berserker Stance. This is a quick little one-off quest, so I felt like this is good. This will give us something fun to do while we're doing everything else, which is definitely not going to be fun. So of the various quests that we picked up, to recap on that, we have a breadcrumb to Hemet Nestingwary. That's easy. We just go drop that off in Stranglethorn. It's going to be a little bit of a pain to walk there, but not the end of the world. We have the Encrusted Tailfins. At level 35 elites, we will not be able to complete that without a carry. It's not going to happen. Not now, not anytime soon. Maybe if we get to 35, so we can shop for a carry when we're in Stranglethorn running around for Hemet. But if we can't get one, we're going to be toast for now. Wharfmaster Dizzywig and Goblin Sponsorship are both going to lead us to different quests. So we'll find out where they send us around the world. Probably most of them we can handle. But Martek the Exiled wants us to go to the Badlands. There's no point, it's a 35 as it is, and there's no point in completing it for now because it will be a 39. So again, we're going to need to be at least around level 35 to handle that quest either. So let's talk to Clanok the Cloud.
Hello, warrior. It's good to see you made it to Frey Island. I hope you find it to your liking. If you want to learn from me, then you must first pass the Affray. It is a challenge we on Frey Island like to offer rising warriors who think they're tough, and if you can pass this test, then I'll know you are. To begin, walk into the middle of that crowd yonder and step on the grate. That'll tell Twiggy Flathead you're ready, and he'll send challengers against you. Beat all the challengers, and he'll call out Big Will, kill Big Will, and return to me in the time we allow.
Yikes. Okay, so as part of this challenge, we've got to kill someone. Seems harsh. But we're going to do it. We have to beat the challengers. The fray has begun, Varrock. Get ready to fight. Who's going to fight us? I don't know, and I don't know if I should be... which mode I should be in. That guy ran right off. Don't know why. He is running like that. But he is afraid of us? Okay. So this does open up the ability to do some... Uh-oh. Okay. So they've now pulled a second person into the affray. I don't know why they keep doing that. Why do they run? I don't know if we will lose from being out of the ring. I don't know how that works and why they run. Okay, so... yeah, we're gonna see. See, when you yell like that, they run. So that's interesting. That could actually... It seems like they're running from my demoralizing shout. Really weird. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not gonna not take that. So... It might give us some time to breathe. Okay. So... Here we go, we've got this guy now. So we demoralizing shout. And it... Okay, see, now we do it again and they run. So I wonder if that's a trick to this, because otherwise, how on God's green earth are we going to complete this mission? You know what I mean? Because we are right now already low. I mean, again, if we keep shouting, that might be what we need to do. Just spam demoralizing shout. And then chase him down. Because what else am I going to do? So just keep building up my... I don't know where this dude's at. Yeah, keep building up. So, yeah. My life is already so low right now. And I don't have any... I don't have anything great. He's running down into the stinking ocean. Okay, guess I'm gonna let him come back. So again, this might be a way to... I might have to reset this whole quest in order to, you know, be successful. Because now that I realize this, if this is the gimmick, just spam demoralizing shout, well, and keep them running, then we can do it that way, because there's Big Will. Okay. Okay, so Big Will is not afraid of me, it would appear. Uh-oh, but he is tough. I need to go over to defensive mode. Let's bring up shield wall. Okay, let's see what we can do. I need to go full block status with him. And that's my only hope, is to win this war of attrition with old Big Will here. Big Willie. I don't know if I can. It's going to be close. It's going to be mighty close. Oh my goodness, that was close. Look at the life. That's the life of a warrior there. So, it looks as though spamming that demoralizing shout, which makes them run, is the gimmick to winning this as a solo warrior who especially is protection focused, who can't out DPS them that much.
Past the affray, you are a worthy warrior, and I'm honored to
Thank goodness.
Now that you've learned your berserker's stance,
we have learned
you'll
it.
Want a nice weapon to use it with. Talk to Bathra, the Wind Watcher, a troll hermit who lives between the Alterac Mountains and the Western Plaguelands. He is a skilled weapon maker and a powerful shaman. To find Bathra, go to the river that flows along Terran Mill's eastern flank. Follow it north. Bathra is camped near ruins that rest along the river's eastern bank.
Alright, so we have a 30 armor, but now we also have a 30 weapon quest that we'll have to do. We're not going to complete that today, but we've now gained Berserker Stance, and we now have a Berserk kind of suite of moves. So, in our Berserker Stance that we can now shift to, there's Intercept, which is sort of like the, you charge, cause the damage, and stun. It's very similar to Charge. This one is just, this is a Berserker Stance one only. Honestly, this should be up at the front, but whatever, we can leave it up there. Then we have Challenging Shout, so that can still be used. That can be used in all stances, so we can still use Cleave. Demoralizing Shout is still up there. We can, of course, use Execute. That's a great one to have. I don't really... Screw that. Intimidating Shout, I guess. Okay, this can also be used. That can be used in all my moves, so we should actually put that up here. Anything that can be used in all my forms, like this, should be down here. But look how many things we have. Mocking Blow. Requires the battle stance. That can be used in any stance. Okay, so I'll put that up there so that I can take Charge and add this into my things. Okay. Slam can be used in all forms. I don't know. I guess there's an argument to be made for when to use Slam. I don't know. Yeah, I took Intimidating Shout off because we put it up there. And then I believe Sunder Armor can be used, yeah, in any of your forms. So we could use Sunder Armor whenever we want. Taunt requires the defensive stance, so that should really be up here. Get the back there. Take that off. Shield Bash does require specific stances. Disarm does not. So these multiple stuns, Shield Wall, that does require some defense. That can be used in everything. Apparently that's everything, so that's good. Yeah, this kind of opens up some things for me here. I kind of like it. Oops, I didn't want to use that. Whoopsie. Okay, so I'm just kind of seeing what we got going on. Last Stand can be used in all of my forms. Okay, good to know. Still like maybe Last Stand being over there, but that's a good one to have. That's all. I'm just kind of, other than the melee moves, we got to kind of keep those. Oh, Hamstring can be used in Berserker Stance. So let's just double check what else we got. Boom, 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 boom. Blood Rage we got up there. Thunder Armor we got. Okay. Charge. But Hamstring. Okay, that's a good one. I like Hamstring. Useful move. Heroic Strike, of course, can be used in all forms. Overpowers Battle Stance. Rend. Battle or Defensive. Battle. Thunderclap. Okay. Alright, so I don't particularly like it. It gives you increased crit, but you take 10% extra damage. So it's kind of the opposite. Battle is just like, you get no bonuses or penalties. Defense, of course, you get bonus to defense, penalty to damage, and vice versa with Berserker Stance. Alright, so we did that. The next step, it really takes you out. I wonder if I can just swim right across here. It really takes you out up into Arathi above there. So we will see when will be a nice level for us to do that stuff. I do know once you get it, it sends you around. Some of the stuff you have to do is in the Ultrak Mountain, or yeah. Let's see where we're at. I've got to check my notes. He does have an Ultrak Mountain set after this, so basically we're setting ourselves up to get ready to do it. But we have these two now, the Wharfmaster Dizzywig and the Goblin Sponsorship, so we can check those and see what it's going to take us to do. We did pick up one other quest. It's actually odd because it doesn't track in Questy. And it might have just been a glitch in Questy, or it might never track. There is a quest for Deathless called Wrethgar Deathgate. So I picked it up from a guy that was standing in front of the warrior trainer, and it is, I believe it's just a breadcrumb, but you can pick this quest up, but it didn't appear for me on Questy. So it says, a warrior of the Horde, Wrethgar Deathgate, is recruiting agents for a mission into the land of Deathless. Speak with him if you wish to volunteer. He is stationed in the Barrens, in a series of bunkers west of the crossroads, and sharpen your weapons. Deathless is a place torn by war. Deathless is, we will eventually get some things. It's right there. When we get the directive to go to Deathless for the goblins, we'll do that. But that one is a breadcrumb. Some of these are just breadcrumbs that they really want you to spend out. Most of them, though, are wanting you to do questing in Stranglethorn Vale. And then, of course, there's the really challenging questing in the Badlands, which is such a pain in the butt. That one, again, we're either going to have to do significantly later on. It's minimum, it's going to require us to be level 35. Bare minimum. Or we're going to need a carry. So we are going to need one of those two things. I mean, and maybe we could pay a little bit. So another alternative is to wait on some of those until we get, closer to those actual quest lines. Actually, wait a minute. That's 153 armor. That's better. Okay, so it requires what level? It requires level 34. So I guess I'll hold on to it. But yeah, I have level... I'm not even close to level 34 yet. Oh, let's go talk to Wharfmaster. Actually, who is... This one's the Goblin Sponsorship where we talk to Gazlo. Which, if these quests just had us going to Ratchet, whatever, no big deal. Even if it was Booty Bay. Alright, fine.
Podzik sent you, huh? You know, Podzik was one of the most respected tinkerers in Undermine before he retired to start working on the racers. The first thing he did when he joined the team was develop the 2-engine model racers. Could be that the businesses will suffer without him working with the Tinkers Union, but who cares, right? There's nothing like the races. Back to what you came here about. I know I promised Podzik that I'd deliver a new fuel regulator for him, but I still haven't received it yet. Revelgaz over in Booty Bay said he'd have it shipped over, but it might be it slipped through the cracks somehow. If that's true, there's not much we can do about it. We can at least find out if it was dispatched from Booty Bay. Check in with Wharfmaster Losgill over there. He should be able to check the cargo records.
Alright, so this is fine also. This is just sending us to Booty Bay, and we already have some. So the next step on this is, hey, let's keep going towards Booty Bay. So far, no major problems other than this getting to the Barrens. And even if it was just getting to the Badlands, I would do that quest. It's the fact that it's going to open up another step that's going to really kill us.
Hey, how you doing?
Speak up. Tell me, are you dropping off or picking up?
Oh yes, parts for Kravel. I'm glad you're here. These things have been sitting out here for days, and I was afraid they'd rust. Here's Kravel's package, adventurer, and when you deliver it, tell him if he wants more special orders, then he'll have to pay his tab.
Alright, so this is an easy one because all that wants us to do is just go back and turn it in. So one of the quest lines is go to Ratchet and back. If you haven't been there, go to Ratchet and back. So that's why it's the schizophrenic nature of Thousand Needles. So one of these quests in Thousand Needles just says, hey, check out Ratchet if you haven't been there. One of them says, hey, check out Hemet Nessingwary's quest hub if you haven't been there. Okay. While you're up there, kill level 35 elites underwater. Okay. Now that's a tall ask, but we can try. Another one, hey, go over to Stranglethorn Vale again and take care of business. Okay. We can try some of those things. And we will. But unfortunately, this is going to open us up something else. Now, this one, I don't know. There's a chance we're gonna give it the old college try on this episode. And what we're gonna do is we are going to put out the feelers while we're up here and ask/beg. We'll post up at Grongar. And we will ask/beg if anyone wants to give us a carry through these 35 elite quests. By that point, we'll be 31, because we're really about to ding any second, and just even between turning in this quest and then walking up and turning in the Hemet Nessingwary, like, we will get to level 31 on this episode. Now, what will that want us to get? Let's check that. I know we still need defense. Improved shield wall, I think, is another one that we are working on. We're going to work on. So let's kind of check that out as we're just in the middle of traveling right now. So we'll look up some classic warrior talents. Spelled talents wrong. So it's between, they give you a DPS warrior dual wield. That's not us. We're not DPS. We're not DPS period. Dagnabbit. We are protection warrior. Okay, classic warrior tank specs. So, there is the defensive warrior type, and if we're looking at the top of that, we, I believe, are filling out that rank. There's a balanced warrior, which in hindsight would have been cool to have. We're actually filling that out too. It will, I mean, there's nothing that we haven't, there's no differences in the actual warrior tree line. So that's fine. So actually, we do want that. The problem for us is that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So we've now unlocked this tier, but we need 4 more points. So the balanced warrior would take well, we do need... The Balance Warrior eschews the taunt cooldown. So taunt currently has a cooldown of 10 seconds. We could eventually lower it to 8. Okay. They both, though, want the threat generation. That's going to do nothing for us in solo play. Nothing. I see. We didn't give this, so we're locked into this build because of the protection. The taunt cooldown does even less for us. So we have 4 points to give out right now. And it's between defense, taunt. Now we can give 1 point an improved shield wall, because that's what we're going to eventually do to increase that. That will help in solo situations, so we will do this. That will be the one that we get. But then for 3 points, we're going to be kind of sort of stuck, so I guess we'll just give 3 points to Defiance to help us build up that. Then we will get to dump 5 levels into one-handed spec. So as we wrap up the 30s, we'll at least get to do that. And then we can go back and give a shield slam point, which will be nice. Alright, here's another one of our quests. The Goblin sponsorship.
I see some interesting characters come and go here at the port. Watch yourself, adventurer. It's never clear who to trust, what with all of the shady activity that goes on here.
Be good. Time is money, friend.
Shipments to Ratchet? Let me just check the logbooks. No, the most recent shipment I have on record of going out to Ratchet were boots from Drizzlick. Hasn't been much else other than building supplies and tools. Definitely no race parts. I'm afraid I can't be of much more help to you, adventurer. If you'd like to follow up on it more, I'd suggest you go hit up the Baron himself. If there's anyone who knows Revilgaz's business, it's Revilgaz. You'll find him at the tavern across the harbor, top floor.
Okay, so... Fine. All they're saying really is go ahead and go up and talk to him. Alright. Can do. And like I said, then he will give us another one. Now, again, we are going to be really looking right now as we go north for a carry. If we can get a carry... Now, the good thing about the Murloc quests, we need 10, but it's a 100% drop rate. So, we will only have to kill 10. That's the silver lining here. We just need to kill 10. We need someone to kill 10 for us, with us in tow. That's the real situation.
Welcome to Booty Bay, partner. I hope your stay in my town is enjoyable and uneventful. Emphasis on the latter. We've got plenty of drink if you're thirsty, and plenty of bouncers if you're antsy. Now then, what can this humble servant of the Steamweedle cartel do for you? Better still, what can you do for me, eh? Oh, sure, of course I know what you're talking about. Nope, can't help you, though. Some of my men were supposed to go track down the blueprints for the fuel regulator, but they came back empty-handed. See, the venture company shredders out Lake Nazfaridi in northern Stranglethorn have been equipped with a new model fuel regulator. I was thinking that Potzik would be able to take advantage of it if he could get some details. Unfortunately, Kazel, the foreman out there, appears to be a little more clever than I gave him credit for. You seem like you might have more luck finding the blueprints, though. I know he keeps them in his house, but they're almost certainly under lock and key.
Alright, so... like I said, we can get another point here. I do not think there's a world in which, even at 31, we would be able to kill these level 35 things. So they're level 35 or 36. So if we stick to the 35s, I don't see it happening. What are they playing up there? Oh, you got somebody killing Booty Bay. Because I guess that's what, the Insane in the Membrane achievement, if you kill the Booty Bay guards or whatever. So you have somebody having a fun time out there, killing the people in Booty Bay. We've got to go over there. So now, and it's an alliance. Missed me. Haha. Honey. Alright, so yeah, what does he say? He says we need some blueprints. Now, look at the quest. It's a level 37. Yeah, that stinks. So if we look at what we would have to kill, we've got to kill Foreman Kazel, who is level 37, or we can't get Kazel's key. So now we are absolutely screwed, because we couldn't, maybe, I don't think we could kill him. He's 6 levels above us. So now I will start walking north, but now we're going to put a carry out. For, what is it? Okay, so we will see if anyone will give us out. I put that I'm desperately seeking a helper, a carry through those 2 quests. I'm only 31, so it is just not viable for me to do this. Obviously, we could grind out quests, but another option, we'll give it 1 attempt. So we'll walk up and we will turn in we'll get the Gromgall flight path so that we have a little bit of a quicker route there. We'll get Nessingwary. We'll go back and give 1. I'm not gonna blow up chat. We're gonna not do that. But you get tons of people in here that are high level, and if we just get someone that was high level, a level 40, a level, or higher, you could get somebody that might give you the old, just a quick little carry. You never know. You got PvPers out here. You have crazy people doing the ratchet 100%. There's iron. I don't want to go too far off the beaten path. I did do a corpse run. Oh yeah, so there is a more levels above me than I can handle. So that's a mob that's probably close to level 40, if not level 40. So that iron ore is not for me. So what we'll do is continue to do whatever we can. We'll push it as far as we viably can. If we get to a spot where there's no way we can get it without a carry, and and I just need a straight carry. Like, I can't even say, help me, because you know what? I forgot when I set my, when I set my chat up, I believe I turned off looking for a group. Oh, there we go. No, I'm in there. It's just not showing it. So let's check my settings. Oh, I need that on. There we go. For some reason, I think you need that voice chat thing, but I don't know if that... Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think I need it this way. Ruins of Jubawal, so we got some XP for that. Yeah, there's a weird... PETA, I'd drop it. What the heck does PETA mean? I don't know what PETA. What does PETA mean? What am I missing? That something here? I mean, obviously pita bread. Oh, pain in the butt. Gotcha. He's saying that person is just saying, I'd just drop the quest if I were you. So this person's saying, yeah, they're just saying you need a druid or a lock. You could also have a shaman. Shaman have also a water breathing spell. So it is, yeah, it's a pain. So that's what he's saying. It's an underwater quest. It is. It does suck, but I know, I'm well aware. You can pull the mobs up one by one. It's doable. That's a level 39. So that means that gorilla was at least level 40, which does suck. This is nothing like the corpse run that I had to do when I did this. When I walked over here, when I walked over here and did this the other day, it was a pain. Yeah, now this guy, I just don't think we can get a 37. I don't think it's viable. I mean, we're killing... It's just borderline, because we could kill, by blowing cooldowns, we could absolutely kill a 35. Not even cooldowns. We can kill a 35, no problem. By blowing cooldowns, I'm sure I could kill a 36. Could I kill a 37? I don't know. So I'll put it in looking for group now. I'll put this out because I'm not sure if I have a... But yeah, so I did with my Alliance Mage that I'm doing the quest, the 100% for, it was, since I didn't want to, I wanted to do it en natural without paying for a port to Darnassus, and you have two routes. You could go to, whatchamacallit. See, there's a 37 right there. So that would be a litmus test. If we could survive. But I don't want to even do that litmus test. Not interested in it. Yeah, so we're gonna miss like every time. But I'm wondering if I could get him with hamstring. Yeah, he's gonna dodge every dang thing we do. Look at, yeah, so right there, we, without even doing any damage, that guy got us down that low. And we have to kill the 37. So, and that's with Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. Which helped me get through what I needed. It's off camera here. The 35s to get there, not a big deal, but the guy that we have to kill. And the actual crate is like alone and unguarded. So that part's fine too. But we're not getting any bites right now, unfortunately. And that is what it is. Also, now that we get up close, yeah, that's a 36. Also red. But yeah, when I went here with homeboy. Because I wanted to... So your option is to go up to Dun Morag, and then you can make a run through Loch Madan and around the wetlands. Really a much easier run. And if you do it that way, you can get over to Menethil. And I don't know where that one takes you. Actually, I think there might be a boat that takes you to Darkshore. So, and from there you can go to Ruthven Village. So that's one option. It's the easier option. But there's a neutral quest in Durotar, so I needed to go to Durotar. And because of that, I ended up taking this route. So I basically went down through Darkshore with a level 11 or 12, and then corpse ran here through Stranglethorn. Died 1,000 times. I would literally sometimes take a step, die again, take a step, die again. However much I could corpse hop. Alright, so we now have a Gromgal flight path. So in the Eastern Kingdoms we don't have a lot, but look, oh, I didn't get the freaking Booty Bay flight path while I was there! But that's okay, we'll get it next time we are there. So what we'll do now is we'll go at least turn in the Nessingwary one. That's fine, we'll turn that one in. A lot of these quests are higher levels, 37. See, that's the Vile Reef quest. That's an elite 37 that sends you out. The Vile Reef is where you fight the stupid Murlocs. But anyhow, so we're gonna go ahead and try our best to make it through this land. This northern part of Stranglethorn is a lot lower level. Right there, see 35. Still not ideal. 35 to 36. But at least not like instant death. There's a 33. So the range of mobs you can kill is more reasonable. Try to make a run through these raptors. Stay off my bro. Stay off my butt. Yeah. There's so many, it's... Let's see what we can do. Okay, 2 of them already lost interest in me. I'll take it. Alright, cool. I couldn't find a road, so I'm like, I guess I'm just going off-road. But the alternative, I believe, is if we could level up a couple times, 2-3 times, then I think we could handle it. And that's doable if we do our runs. We do our dungeon runs. So we might be temporarily putting our Thousand Needles life on hold. Dang it, Blood Scalp Warrior. Tigers and Blood Scalp Warriors. Gosh. Don't do it. Okay, the warrior lost interest in me. That person's been killing some Blood Scalps. Okay, there we go. We just need to get to Nessingwary because now that I can't do this other quest, we might as well hearth back and at least turn in that one and see if that opens up another step. Because other than that, we're stuck. We can't do the Martok one. That's too hard. We can't even do this one. We definitely can't do the Martok one. Like I said, we're going to have to be at least 34. At least level 34.
How are you?
He's a desert dust. When we're meeting Hemet on your collar. If my nose tells true, I'd say it's not desert dust, it's desert salt. Been to the Shimmering Flats, have you?
Great! My package from Coalbeard. Thank you, adventurer. This crate holds special gauge ammunition, and it'll serve us well out in the jungle. Here's your pay, and tell me, how is crusty old Cravel these days? Still up to no good, I'd wager.
Alright, so all this one is the breadcrumb, so that one's done. Good for us. So we do have this goblin sponsorship we can't get in the crusted fins, and we have one ready to turn back in. So let's do that. take care of business there. We got rid of that box. Nobody wanted to take us up on helping. That is what it is. So we're back in Thousand Needles, and now we'll make a run back out to the Salt Flats, where we will turn in this quest right here, Parts for Crabble. And maybe there will be another step, but there is a pretty solid chance it's going to pause us here. There are multiple other steps in this journey. Like I've said before a couple times, we're going to get sent to Dustwallow. We're going to get sent to the Swamp of Sorrows. We're going to get sent to Deathless. So we'll see if we begin any of those journeys right now. Yeah, that's all we can do. But it's a pretty solid chance that not yet. It won't happen yet. But, I mean, we've got one piece to turn in. And it might. We might open up a bunch of other ones right now. In which case, okay, we'll get working on some of those. Or we might just, depending on the level of them. I mean, it's a tough sell. The Deathless ones dead end. So if we open up the Deathless ones, I would do that. Swamp of Sorrows one, I don't think it dead ends. It's something we could do. So if we end up opening both, then that's a journey for that point in time. Those will be things we can do it. We could run both of those, and we could probably actually and Dustwallow Swamp. We've kind of got ourselves bottlenecked here, where we can't do that much more. And this one's a 35 quest. Stupid. It's a 39 quest for the second half. So yeah, Thousand Needles just very quickly ratchets up to stuff we can't do. When we do this with Alliance characters, we will be higher level at least. Eritor's already 32, and he'll have to run these, so he'll be at least 33. We'll do the dungeon runs. Alliance will be part of that too. So my Alliance characters, he should be 34, 35 by the time he's even coming out here, which will make all of them doable. Not easy, but doable. Whereas the Horde, this zone is kind of designed for where we were at, around level 30. And then as you can see, this one is really designed for upper 30s. 35 bare minimum. And you can get by connecting it to this one by killing the lower mobs. But then it very quickly just jumps you out, and there's all these... I don't like the way it's designed. I don't like them sending you into a zone which then you can't do anything with. But I guess if you're thinking about it, where does it connect directly to? Tanaris. And Tanaris is a much higher level zone. So it's like they almost want to stop you and force you to go, rather than continuing your journey down, stop, go do other parts of the world, then you can come back here. That's sort of, I think, their goal before they send you down into Tanaris. They're like, hey, go live your life and experience the world first. So I see what they're doing, but I don't like it from, you know... My daughter is texting me, asking me if I would like... She's asking me to get family Taylor Swift tattoos. And I'm gonna go ahead and she's texted group text. She's like, yeah, family for their Eras tour. Me, mom, my sister Megan, like, not my sister, my daughter, my two daughters, and then my adult daughter's boyfriend. Family Taylor Swift tattoos is what she said. I responded, 0% chance of happening. I am not. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a hater. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. That is not happening. Not a hater. I just not my kind of music. Did you make it to actually get those parts?
Great, you got them. Now we need to get them to the gnomes, but first, let's take out one small item.
Which is weird.
Now that I have what I need, give these parts to Fizzle Brass Bolts.
He places the crated carts on the
time.
ground.
I'm sure he won't miss the little piece I removed from his order.
Yeah, it's weird.
I wouldn't bother mentioning it to him. It was small and worthless. Trust me.
Yeah, it's weird. So he is basically like, yeah, but he takes the part out, which is weird. You have something for me? That's great. Let me see it.
There they are. My hydro ratchets and repeater bolts. These will do just fine. Thank you.
So it's almost like he's planning on sabotaging them or something.
Now that we've done a service for the gnomes, it's time to do the goblins a favor. I hear that the goblin racer pilot, Nas Steamboil, didn't always use that name. I wonder why he changed it. I wonder if it's a secret, and I wonder if he values that secret. If anyone knows the truth, then it's Krazik of Booty Bay, on the southern tip of Stranglethorn. Speak with Krazik and ask him about our goblin pilot. If you can get useful information from him, then we might just turn a profit from it.
So, we are now being sent back to Booty Bay. Because why would we not get sent back to Booty Bay? So we will at least begin making the journey back there. I don't know what the it's gonna really depend on what this is. So this might open up, because I had said before, we have 1 to 2 episodes worth of stuff. So some of these we can do. But let's look up the rumor monger. At least I'm gonna try to not. Try to not spoil it too much for what it is. So it opens up Dream Dust in the Swamp, which Swamp of Sorrows. So where is the Swamp of Sorrows? I always get Dustwallow and Swamp of Sorrows. This is Dustwallow. So I don't know how hard this one's going to be. Now the swamp, first of all, to get there is a pain. Because we would have to... That's Swamp of Sorrows right there. No, that's Red Ridge. Blasted Lands. What the heck's the Swamp of Sorrows? Yikes. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get myself killed because I wasn't paying attention. I truly am. Try to last stand it, but I gotta get out of combat if I'm gonna survive. Okay, we lost one. Come on, void thing. There we go. Because not only do we have to survive and get our hit points back up to where we'll survive the last stand dropping off. Because our life is about to hit. Boom. So, okay. That was close. Alright, yeah, so where is Swamp of Sorrows at? It's over here. Thanks. Blasted Lands, Red Ridge. There it is, it's this tiny land right here. Okay. It's not even crazy in terms of mobs. We can get there. We should be able to go there and find some things. I think the mobs are lower level than some of the other stuff we've done. Now, getting there... Going through Red Ridge seems to be an option. Coming up to the Blasted Lands. It seems like going through Red Ridge is probably the best option. Oh, going through Deadwind Pass. That's the best way. Which means going through Duskwood, and Duskwood we can get through Stranglethorn Vale. Okay, so that's what we'll have to do. We will. I guess we'll give that one the old college try next time. But what we'll do is we'll go back up to Gromgall and then march our way up north through Darkshire, which is enemy territory, but level-wise it's fine. And we'll cut through Deadwind Pass into Swamp of Sorrows, where we can then attempt to do that quest. I haven't done that one yet. So, yeah. Maybe while we're up there again in Stranglethorn, when we're trying it on for the second part, we will... we'll probably get to 32 with our other guy, so it's possible at 32 we can make an attempt at finishing. Looking for a carrier finishing. I might get lucky on those. So, does say shaman. I mean, the other person said you're going to need a druid or a warlock to help you. Really, also shaman have water breathing too, so. But you don't even really need it. You can just pull the guys to you. You really can. Like I could use my gun, pull a Murloc up, or just slowly swim to the surface. Look for the melee Murlocs that are level 35. It would take a long time. If I could solo one, we could do the quest. That part's not a big deal. I'm not going to make you guys watch me fly, because what will happen now is I'm going to have to fly back to Booty Bay, and we're going to have to rinse and repeat and do all that stuff, so we'll do that. We'll pick up there and we'll see what we can get, how far we can push it with our next group. I'm going to have to try some of these off camera. I'm going to keep shopping around. Maybe we'll get lucky and I can get a carry. Yeah, we will just see. Like I said, we need to be at least level 34 minimum. Level 34 minimum to complete this series of quests. So we got some work to do. But we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5 for now. I thank everybody so much for watching, for tuning in, and don't think we're going to really spend much more than one more episode unless we really get lucky with carries. Finishing off all this Thousand Needles nonsense. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.